Nice work, Chief. Where to now?
Doc Benson's sanitarium.
Boss ought to be here now if everything worked right.
Yeah.
Hi, Benson. Good to see you.
Certainly glad to see you, Murkland.
Hi, Slater.
Welcome home, Chief. Everything worked according to plan, huh?
Not quite. Duke got shot just as he's making a dive for the car.
Killed?
I don't know. Have somebody find out.
Right, Chief.
Certainly seems like old times to have you back with us, Vic.
Yeah, and it's going to be like old times, Doc, if you still think you can do that plastic surgery job.
I've done tougher ones than that. Look here. Take a look at those. It's Police Commissioner Cameron.
So you think you can make me look like this guy, eh?
So much like him, his own mother couldn't tell the difference.
That's good enough for me.
But it's not good enough for you just to look like Cameron. You've got to be Cameron.
Don't I know it?
How are you, O'Hara? Good to see you.
Nice seeing you, Commissioner.
You remember Hayden?
Well, Hayden, it'll be like old times working together again.
I hope our luck will be as good as it was then.
It will be.
Sit down.
Thank you. Is there any further information on Murkland's present whereabouts?
No, I'm afraid not. He either has a very good disguise or a very good hideout.
Well, he's not the type to stay in hiding for long. Your men have a good description of him. And here's something you might add to it. Murkland has the habit of chewing the end of wooden matches and tossing them away.
Make a note of that, Hayden.
I think we can pick up Murkland through Duke Graham as soon as he's well enough to be moved. Oh, incidentally, I'd like the assistance of your best woman detective.
Certainly.
Yes, Commissioner.
Send in Detective Sergeant Blake, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you file these for me, Hayden?
Yes, sir.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Sergeant Blake, this is Mr. O'Hara from Washington.
Nice to know you, Miss Blake.
He's going to help with the Murkland case.
We need some help. Where do I fit in, Mr. O'Hara?
How would you like to be my wife?
We haven't known each other very long. What inducements have you to offer?
Capturing of Vic Murkland.
You've won yourself a wife, Mr. O'Hara. Now, where do we find Murkland?
Through his trigger man, Duke Graham, in the prison hospital. Graham will be healed and on his feet in about 2 weeks. And then we'll pull a fake prison break.
You can have 3 minutes.
Generous, ain't you? Hello, honey.
Sit down, baby. You're certainly dolled up. What's the big idea?
Don't you remember? It's the kid's birthday.
Yeah? Hey, that's right. How old is he now?
10. I'm giving a party for him tonight. How do you like my new, hairdo?
Hey, that's swell. Let me see. I'd like to be at that party.
Time's up.
You sure didn't stretch that 3 minutes any, did you? Goodbye, honey.
So long, sweetie.
So, a wise guy, huh?
What's eating you?
Got a kid 10 years old, have you? After telling me you've been only married for 2 years.
So what?
So there ain't no kid. And there ain't no party. And you're planning to leave here at 10 tonight. Well, I'm going along.
Ah, go on, you're crazy.
Crazy like a fox. Either I go along or you stay. And that swell doll of yours does a stretch for slipping you the knife.
I ain't made no plans for 2 of us, Duke.
Well, you can start making them right now.
Guess I got no choice. Okay. Now here's how we work it.
Hello, Commissioner. I was just coming in to report.
You've certainly dressed for the part. What happened?
Duke went for the bait. As far as I know, everything's set.
Nice work, Sergeant. Here's my cab now. Call me at the office as soon as you've made contact.
Right.
1700 Linden Road.
Take a look. If you're not Police Commissioner Cameron, I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Swell job, Doc. You're an artist.
Yeah, that's what the judge said when he sent me up the river.
What is this place?
This is a rest home for the mentally afflicted. I'm the physician in charge.
Don't be a fool. I'm Police Commissioner Cameron.
Yes, I know. You think you're the police commissioner, but you're suffering under a very serious derangement. Police Commissioner Cameron is seated there.
Who is this man? You heard what he said. I'm the police commissioner. Victor Murkland. That match-chewing habit will hang you yet. Very clever piece of plastic surgery, Doctor. But you can't get away with it. His voice alone will betray him. Not when I speak in the voice of the commissioner. Listen. All these years in stir haven't been wasted, Cameron. Gave me a chance to study your voice, your walk, and all your mannerisms. As for dress, your wardrobe ought to fit me perfectly. I'll get by, Cameron, even with Ted O'Hara around.
Get set, Duke. Get into the hamper, Duke. We made it, baby. Thanks.
What's this bird doing with you?
It's Duke Graham, one of Vic Murkland's mob.
Pleased to meet you.
If he comes up the works, don't blame me. I only bought duds for one. There's a raincoat in the car that he can wear. I only bought one rod. Your pal can use mine. See, I get it back.
You sure thought of everything.
Yeah, and I'm ditching the truck. From here, you're on your own.
Swell day.
You said it. Put the raincoat on and do the driving. I'll dress as we go.
Commissioner Cameron speaking.
Hello, Commissioner. Sergeant Blake speaking.
Oh, yes, Sergeant.
It worked slick as a whistle. O'Hara and Duke Graham are on their way to Murkland's hideout.
Well, that's fine. I'll be interested to get your report.
Right.
Hey, Duke, what is this dump?
When any of the gang's in the land, we check in here before heading for the hideout.
Pretty cautious, ain't you?
Yeah, you better be too if you're gonna tie in with Murkland. Hello, Kelsey. Phone the chief I'm coming in with a new recruit.
New recruit, eh? You've got Ted O'Hara, federal agent. He framed you to bring him to Murkland.
Don't shoot. This double-crossing rat is my meat. That female cop hadn't handed me an unloaded rod, we'd have finished O'Hara right there and then. Who is this?
Police Commissioner Cameron.
Vic Murkland. You got everything, his voice, his walk.
Yeah, lucky for all of us that I have. If I hadn't been in the commissioner's office last night...
Well, how was I to know it was a frame-up?
Never mind the alibis. Another bonehead play like that and we'll all land in the clink. Now listen. We're going to start our protection insurance racket with the R.J. Cook Enterprises. They're just about to finish the Channel Island Tunnel.
That grand opening ceremony is a sweet setup for us. Music, radio broadcast, and all the city big shots present.
Right. And according to Cook's contract, the tunnel has to be finished and ready for public passage by noon tomorrow.
It'll cost him plenty if he don't meet the deadline.
Yeah, and plenty if he does. Now, Duke, I want you to go see this Mr. Cook and tell him. Came close to getting Murkland through Duke Graham. Perhaps a scare like that will cause him to pull out.
It's not likely. His rackets thrived in this town before he was jailed.
Yes, this is Commissioner Cameron.
R.J. Cook speaking. I've just had a racketeer in here.
Yes, Cook.
Man calling himself Smith. He threatened trouble with a new tunnel job unless I come across.
Oh, I don't think you have anything to worry about. However, I'll have the guards at the tunnel doubled.
Just a minute, Mr. Cook. Can you describe the man? This is Ted O'Hara, federal agent.
About 6 feet tall, weighed 180 pounds, dark hair and real dark eyes.
We'll check on that. Meantime, go right ahead with your plans.
Thanks.
Not at all. Just the usual shakedown.
Looks as though Murkland's gone to work again. I'll inspect the tunnel and then go to see Cook. Your description of this man, Smith, sounds as though he might be Duke Graham, Murkland's right hand. You've heard nothing more from him?
Not a word. We're opening the tunnel at noon tomorrow. Cook speaking.
This is your friend Smith. Listen, don't interrupt. Put 20 grand under the rock at the big oak tree on Channel Island at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Or else.
Dirty blackmailers. I'll put nothing under that tree but a squad of police with riot guns.
And nobody would show up, Mr. Cook. You just sit tight and let me handle this. See you later.
Calling Garson.
Boy calling Gossip. Come in, boy.
No money sent. Fire your blast as soon as the sightseers enter the tunnel.
I got you. Now listen to the broadcast.
Here we are on the air to bring you a word picture of the opening of the $6 million channel tunnel connecting sunny Santa Alicia Island with the mainland. The governor's party is just arriving with a full police escort. The air is tense with excitement, ladies and gentlemen, as the tunnel is being opened in direct defiance to threats that it will be destroyed.
I'd say Mr. Cook is getting a break with you on the case, O'Hara. Your quick thinking and fast action saved the tunnel from complete destruction.
And what's more important, you saved the lives of a lot of people.
But I didn't catch Murkland or any of his gang. He's smart, has brains.
Excuse me. Yes?
Mr. Cook's on the phone.
Hello, Cook.
Cameron, I just received another extortion demand from the Murkland gang. They threatened my GI housing plan.
Surely you're not going to pay off.
Certainly not. But you must put more men to guard my various construction jobs.
I'll give you every available man in my department. Right. Goodbye. What do you suggest?
First, I'll check on all of Cook's construction jobs and see where they're vulnerable.
Do you want me to help?
Good idea. Let's go. See you later.
Benson Sanitarium.
Murkland speaking.
Oh, I'm glad you called. Commissioner Cameron's gone on a hunger strike. Duke wants to bump him.
No, certainly not. You've got to save him to take the rap when I finish my impersonation of him. If he gets too weak, feed him by force.
Okay, boss. Take him away.
Put Duke on.
Duke.
Yeah, Chief. Got a little job for you, Duke. Cook just called and won't buy our protection.
Put the heat on him.
Right, I'm on my way. This is gonna hurt Cook more than it does me.
Dollhouse. Well, what you want with it, I can't imagine.
As soon as I finish the analysis, I'll show you.
What is it?
Do it. There we are.
Ted O'Hara, will you please tell me what all this hocus pocus is about?
Oh, I'm sorry, Francis. If my analysis is correct, the Murkland gang is using pyrocene to start the fires at the Cook Enterprises.
Pyrocene? I've heard of that.
It's safe when in liquid form, but highly inflammable when dry. I believe they spray it on. And when it becomes thoroughly dry, it bursts into flames. The heat generated is so tremendous that it destroys everything in its area. You understand?
Now I see the why of the dollhouse. Well, if I have to wait 24 hours for results, I may just as well be comfortable.
Hardly so long as that. Wait and see. I only use a little, and the heat from the lamp should dry it out quickly. And then we'll...
Your analysis was right. That pyrocene is dangerous stuff.
It sure is. So dangerous it can only be sold by a government-bonded company.
That would be the Cornwall Chemical Company on the other side of town. They're the only company operating under government bond.
All right, have the commissioner put a stop order on the pyrocene shipment. And tell him I'm on my way to the Cornwall Chemical Company. And you see, Mr. Cook, by spraying pyrocene onto the lumber before it went into the building, they didn't have to be on the job to start the fire.
I wonder if all the lumber in my yard has been treated that way.
No, or it would have gone up in smoke before now. I'm certain they treat the lumber after it leaves the yard and before it reaches the job.
That must mean that some of your drivers are selling out.
Obviously. And now to prove we're right. Mr. Cook, your yard runs a night shift, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, Sergeant Blake and myself will take the night guard's place on the Allen Street job. Now, tonight when the lumber is delivered, we're all set, Francis.
Here comes the lumber cook order.
Just a minute, men. I want to inspect that load of lumber.
Hop to it, brother. Nobody's stopping you.
Positive test, Francis. Lumber is soaked with pyrocene. You men are under arrest for attempted arson.
Now what? We can't get to our truck.
See if you can start that one.
Where are they?
Over behind that building.
Let's go.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Hayden.
O'Hara called just a few minutes ago.
Yes?
He got to the bottom of that sabotage racket.
You mean the GI housing project?
That's right, sir.
Glad to hear that. Any details?
No, but he said he'd report in later, and that he and Sergeant Blake are on their way over to Cook's to get some data on that truck driver and his helper.
Very good.
Oh, by the way, that 645 shipment goes today.
645?
Say, this Murkland business is really getting you down, isn't it? That's the Cook payroll shipment for which you make the arrangements.
Oh, of course, Hayden. I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me. I'll take care of it.
Very well, sir.
Five.
So obviously, the lumber was treated with pyrocene en route to the building site.
Amazing.
But with extra guards put on the trucks, Mr. Cook, you won't have any more interference with your GI home construction.
Feels good to know that Murkland will be off my neck for a while.
Here are the personnel cards on those two men. Parker was the driver. His helper was Brent.
And only on the job 2 weeks.
A little sketchy.
But it could cut a wedge in the Murkland gang.
A deep one, I hope.
That depends on what we can find out from these.
Good luck.
We'll save time if you check on Brent.
A pleasure.
And we'll meet back at my place after I comb through Parker's apartment. Mr. Cook?
I don't like this way of doing it very much.
We had to get the dope in that 645 shipment, didn't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Ah, he's as strong as an ox. He'll be all right. Take him away.
How is he, okay?
Sure.
Well, let's have it.
The doc sure made him talk.
What's this 645?
It's a night payroll of the Cook shipyards.
Big stuff. That 645 is code for the time the payroll leaves Cook's office.
Huh. And the commissioner's office selects the guard.
Better yet, the job is handled by just a single plainclothes man, so that he won't attract any attention.
Good deal. That ought to make it a cinch for you to knock over by yourself. You send those guys over to Parker's apartment?
Yeah. O'Hara won't find a thing when he gets there.
Go for that gun.
Who this guy is?
If he was a little heavier, he could be Joe Lewis.
It's O'Hara, special agent.
Oh, a big guy. We better check with Duke on what to do with him. He's due at Fiddler's call out at 7.
No, I better talk to Murkland personally.
I guess you're right.
Okay, I'll be seeing you.
Make it snappy. I'm getting hungry.
Look in the icebox. Parker always kept a hunk of salami in there.
That's a good idea.
Quick, huh? $50, $60, $70.
That's the last of the shipyard payroll. Remember to have the messenger sign the receipt.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Blake, City Police.
Mm-hmm. Pleased to meet you. Anything I can do for you?
I'm looking for some information about a man named Fred Brent.
Brent?
His landlady said he used to work here.
Brent. Oh, that no good character. Yeah, he used to work here. About 2 months ago, he walked off the job. And you know what?
Never mind the details. Do you know where he went? Or anything else about him?
Well, I'll tell you. Wait a minute. Here comes the guy who can give the dope on him.
This is a pleasant surprise.
I'm glad you showed up in time. This copper was asking a lot of questions about Brent.
Anything else?
No.
Good.
What are we going to do with her?
Help me get her in that truck.
Right. Sit down, you bother me.
Hey, Chief, O'Hara and that female copper got away with the cook payroll.
I know it. O'Hara called me. Give me a cigarette.
Oh. Since O'Hara's on this case, Cook's getting all the breaks.
Yeah? We're not through with Cook yet. We're going to sell him our protection insurance one way or another. When he pays off, we'll be able to crack every merchant in town.
Sounds good, Chief. What are you cooking up for Cook? Get it? What are you cooking up for?
Yeah, I get it. I want you to wait here. O'Hara's bringing the money over to my office, and I'll send it over to Cook by messenger.
So I do a little hijacking, huh?
That's the general idea. I'll call you as soon as O'Hara leaves my office. Hello, O'Hara. Sergeant.
Commissioner?
It was good work. Cook will certainly be happy to get his money back.
Yes, but I'd feel a lot better if we'd have gotten a lead to Murkland.
He does seem to have a perfect hideout, doesn't he?
Well, clever at least.
Are you sure that Murkland's in the city? Perhaps he's directing his gang by long distance.
You know, I believe you've got something there. You may be in the wrong town.
It's a possibility, but I don't think that's the answer. Murkland would almost have to be here. He works too fast to be out of town. Besides, he's getting information about my moves.
Are you suggesting that there's a leak in the police department?
No, but then again, that's a possibility, too. I suspect one of Cook's employees.
Well, that sounds reasonable, Ted. You're chasing that down, of course.
I'll check on it as soon as I deliver this money to Cook.
Oh, no need to make a messenger out of yourself. I'll have it delivered.
It's no trouble, Commissioner. I'm going there anyway.
What about Fiddler's used car lot? Fiddler is undoubtedly one of Murkland's men.
You're one step ahead of me, Sergeant. We'll go to Fiddler after we leave Cook. That might be the lead we're looking for. We'll see you later.
Good luck. Hello, Benson. This is Murkland. O'Hara's delivering the Cook money himself, so we'll have to change our plans. Yeah. Tell Duke to get over to Fiddler's right away and make sure there's nothing there that might lead O'Hara to us. He's going there next. Okay. Better yet, tell Fiddler to clear out. Right.
Here comes those nosy coppers.
Getting back at the building.
Hey, Fiddler!
You think we can flank them?
You run a dump truck?
Yes, I think so. Why?
Climb in and raise the body, and then back up towards the shack. I'll cover you. Let's go.
Let her go!
That did it, Francis. Let's see what they were up to.
Looks as if they were getting ready to clear out.
These records might be a tip-off to Murkland. Let's take them to my apartment.
Another bill for gas and oil. They were even saving blank paper.
Wait a minute. Odd that this should be on a used car lot.
What is it?
A transparency pad. You know, the kind you draw on and then have blueprinted.
There aren't any drawings on here.
No, but there was some sort of drawing on the sheet before this one. See, you can just make out the lines.
Probably a new engine or something.
We'll find out.
Starboard, midsection, superstructure, hangar plate. Sounds like part of a ship.
It is.
What interest could Murkland have in shipbuilding?
Cook builds ships, and Murkland's concentrating on them. We'll take this to Cook's office and see what goes.
Good idea.
You recognize it?
I think so. It's an exact copy, all right. I don't see...
Show me what part of the ship it refers to.
Certainly. This hangar plate here.
What's its main function?
Well, we build ships in sections and assemble the sections like this. That plate, together with 3 others, supports the entire superstructure as it's being hoisted into place on the hull.
Well, then if the specifications of the hangar plate were changed, weakening it, the superstructure would crash, wouldn't it?
Just like that. Do you think...
I think Murkland plans to sabotage your shipyards.
That mustn't happen.
When will the next ship be assembled?
This afternoon. In about 30 minutes.
Operator, get me the superintendent at the shipyard. Hurry. Operator, hurry on that call.
Sorry, sir, they don't answer.
Keep trying. If you get through to the shipyard, stop everything until you hear from me. I'll get out there and see if I can stop them before they hoist that superstructure.
Operator! Operator, on that call to the shipyard.
Stop the cranes. The superstructure's been sabotaged.
The what?
Don't argue, man. Hurry. If it's raised over the hull, it'll crash.
Give me 412. Hurry.
Relax, O'Hara. You're gonna see Cook's toy go boom.
accurate list of casualties is available. The injured are being rushed to hospitals, including Benson Sanitarium, a mental hospital, which is not far from the scene of the accident.
Your superintendent was unconscious when they put him in the ambulance.
I got word that they'd taken him to Benson's place.
Ward 21, then down the end of the corridor.
Everybody thinks it was an accident, so don't let any of these people see Cameron.
He may start yelling.
Tell him he's one of your violent cases. Meantime, I'll go down and give him a little advice. Oh, so it's you. I'd hoped O'Hara had exposed you when the police were here. I'm in command of the police. None of your people even suspect that I am not Cameron. Your plastic surgery trick won't fool them forever. And I hope to see you hang. I doubt if you live that long. I just came to give you a little advice. I've got a man posted outside your door, and if you make any disturbance whatever, I'll have you beat to a pulp. Keep that in mind.
O'Hara's coming in with R.J. Cook.
Okay, Slater, put a man outside Cameron's door. Hello, O'Hara.
Commissioner?
Hiya, Mr. Cook. Meet Dr. Benson. Mr. O'Hara, Mr. Cook.
Doctor?
How are my men, Doctor?
Well, doing as nice as could be expected. Most of the cases are shock and concussion. But your superintendent, however, is still in a coma. But you can see some of the others.
We'd like to, Doctor.
Right. This way, please.
It's all very tragic, gentlemen. I'm afraid we didn't learn much that's helpful.
I'm staying here for a while in case my superintendent regains consciousness.
I hope he'll be able to shed some light on how the accident happened.
Maybe you'll drop me at the shipyard on your way in, Commissioner. I'd like to check a few things over there.
Glad to.
Phone me at my place if you learn anything.
See you later, gentlemen.
You're lucky that more of the men weren't more seriously injured in this accident.
But it wasn't an accident, Doctor. Mr. O'Hara is convinced that Vic Murkland...
Help me. I'm Police Commissioner Cameron. These men are holding me. They're holding me against my will. Get me out of
One of our more violent cases. He thinks he's Commissioner Cameron.
But he looks like Cameron.
Sure, he's a dead ringer for him. That's what started his hallucination. I've got Napoleon, Caesar, and Abraham Lincoln in the back there. Would you care to see them?
Another time, Doctor. I didn't realize it was so late. I must get back to my office. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of my men.
Goodbye, Mr. Cook.
What did Cook say? Does he suspect?
Certainly. That's why I wouldn't wait. Get hold of Duke, quick.
Yeah.
Mr. O'Hara back?
Oh, Mr. Cook. Mr. O'Hara called in just after you hung up. I gave him your message. He's on his way there.
Oh, thanks. Attention, Special Agent O'Hara. This is R.J. Cook speaking. It is my belief that Murkland has had his face altered by plastic surgery and is taking the place of the police commissioner. The real commissioner, Cameron, is a prisoner at Benson's Sanitarium.
Get that record. We'll break it.
Yeah, there's probably enough on it to hang us all.
I'll take that record. Nice shooting, Sergeant.
Yes, but the record's smashed.
Maybe not beyond fixing. Gather up the pieces while I call the commissioner.
Mr. Cameron.
This is O'Hara. Cook has just been killed in his office.
Killed? How? Who did it?
Duke Graham. I caught him red-handed. He and one of his pals. Graham escaped, but the other one is dead.
Did Cook have a chance to talk before he died?
He'd apparently made a statement on a dictaphone dictating machine. The record's broken, but I think I can piece it together.
Okay, I'll send over the coroner and a couple of boys from the homicide squad right away.
Very good, Commissioner.
I think I have all of it, but it's pretty badly broken.
Run down to the drugstore and get some strong, quick-drying cement. Duffy's plastic cement if they have it.
Right.
Afraid our fingerprinting won't do any good, Mr. O'Hara. Graham's escaped and the other fellow's in the morgue.
This recording is what I think it is. We'll nab Murkland without the need of fingerprints.
Think you'll be able to play that thing when you get it finished?
I may have to help it over the rough spots. I think it'll play. There we are. Now let's see what Cook was trying to tell us. Stick around, men. This may prove interesting.
Sorry, we've got to get these prints to headquarters.
Attention, Special Agent O'Hara. 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 Attention, Special Agent O'Hara. This is R.J. Cook speaking. Speaking. O'Hara. This is R.J. Cook speaking. It is my belief that Murkland's had the 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 Attention, Special Agent O'Hara. This is R.J. Cook speaking. Attention, Special Agent O'Hara. This is R.J. Cook speaking. It is my belief that Murkland's had the Murkland's had the Murkland's had the Murkland's had the Murkland's had the
Sure wish we could have found out what was on that record. You know, Sarge, I have a hunch there's a leak in the commissioner's office.
Come to think of it, I've never seen those two characters in our fingerprint department either.
What's the difference? Even if Cook is dead, Cook Enterprises are still in business and still our pigeon. Got nothing to worry about except O'Hara.
Want me to bump him off?
No, what's the matter? You crazy or something? I got a better idea. It'll make O'Hara do just exactly what I want.
That I gotta see. That I gotta see.
You will. Get over there and write me a note.
Okay, shoot. Who's it go to?
Ted O'Hara. Willing to make a deal and spill all I know about the Murkland setup. They've double-crossed me. I promised to turn state's evidence if you'll give me a break. If interested, come alone to 223 Front Street, room 25, tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock. Signed, Duke Graham.
Duke Graham? That's me.
Don't worry, sign it.
the matter, O'Hara? Don't you trust me?
You know I don't. Let's get down to cases. What's on your mind?
Sit down. Sit down, O'Hara. Just what I said in the note. I'm willing to turn state's evidence in return for immunity.
Immunity?
Yeah, that's it.
You know I can't make any promises. I'll do what I can with the district attorney. Besides, we'll run you down eventually, Duke. Nobody ever made crime pay off.
Okay, O'Hara. You're a square guy. Besides, I've got a beef against Murkland anyway. And I'd do a little time to see him get his.
Start talking.
Remember the Smith kidnap case?
Yeah?
Well, Murkland was responsible for that. Only when the payoff came, it was in marked money. And we couldn't even use it. Now Murkland wants me to get rid of it. I can't do that with these markings on it. You know what happens to me if I try to pass marked money. That's the reason I decided to write that note to you.
You couldn't spend it, so you decided to sell out Murkland. Is that right?
Well, I got a thief, ain't I?
All right, Duke. On your feet. You're taking me to where I can find Murkland.
All right, Joe. That's enough.
I got it all.
You're a sucker, O'Hara.
So you're even going in for blackmail, eh, Duke?
You guessed it, O'Hara. You're in pictures now. Evidence of you taking a bribe. And it's going right to the Times as soon as it's developed, unless...
Unless what?
Unless you're only pretending to be trying to run us down while really taking orders from Murkland.
Well, I'll need time to think it over, Duke.
I'll give you time. 1 minute. Give me the camera, Joe.
Were you right?
It was a trap, all right. And I had a hard time making Duke think he knocked me out. I see you did your part.
I put the calcimine in the radiator and opened the petcock, like you said. It'll be easy to follow his trail.
Better start now. Take it easy. We don't want Duke to know he's being followed.
That's Duke's car, all right.
I'll stay here while you go for the police. Murkland and the rest of the gang might be in there with Duke.
Duke, open up. It's Trent.
Keep your shirt on, Trent. We'll be ready for you in a minute.
Okay, let Trent in.
Okay, come on in.
Any jury would convict him of bribery with this evidence.
You know, boys, we've got O'Hara right where we want him.
You sure have. Hand me the film.
Benson speaking.
Yeah?
Duke just came in. Says O'Hara met with an unfortunate accident.
Nothing serious, I hope.
No. Just fell in the river and forgot to come up.
Okay, Benson. Now we got a chance to work easier.
Sure enough. And you want Duke to get started on a fur deal?
Yeah, right away. I'll check with you later.
Right.
Come in.
Hello, Cameron.
Good afternoon, sir.
Why, I didn't expect to see you so soon.
It's pretty close this time.
Did you, get the film?
No, I didn't. I grabbed it before your men arrived and got away on a motorcycle. Duke chased me, and when my tire blew, I went over the cliff. I must have blacked out when I hit, because I don't remember a thing until I came to the surface.
And the film is at the bottom of the river where it can do nobody any harm.
Yes, and no good either. Here we are right back where we started from, with no clues and no leads, and the Murkland gang still doing business as usual.
Not quite, Commissioner. Going back to the farmhouse, we picked up a couple of things that might prove very valuable.
You did? What are they?
This page from the newspaper with an item torn out of it. And this incompletely burnt memo slip.
I don't see how you can make anything out of this.
Well, I can try with some equipment I have in my apartment. Came out pretty clear. It's a shipping order. 126 Front Street. Metal drum covers.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But I'll check the address and see what it gives. In the meantime, you check the newspaper files on that missing clipping. Let's go. When you're through, meet me at 126 Front Street.
Right.
Nice job, Finch.
Thanks.
Once we get the tops of these drums filled with fuel, no copper in the world will suspect they're phonies. And that includes O'Hara. See you again.
Make it soon.
Hey, buddy. What do you want?
Say, I'd like to get an estimate on a job.
Oh, sorry, but you see, the boss is out, and I don't know anything about prices.
It's all right. I'll wait.
Oh, but he won't be back until tomorrow morning. Why don't you come around then?
Brother,
that Okay,
Murkland
that's
gang sure pays off. Hey, what is this, a stick-up?
I'm Special Agent O'Hara. Now, what do you know about the Murkland gang? Nice shooting, Sarge. I'll do the same for you someday.
I'll remember that, Mr. O'Hara.
The name is Ted.
All right, Ted. What did you find out?
Not much, except that fellow and the one who got away were doing business with Murkland. But I haven't the slightest idea what it is. Oh, how about the Clinton?
It's about a shipment of rare furs from Canada.
$250,000. Well, that sounds more along Murkland's line.
I phoned the fur company, and they said the stuff was being trucked in today.
By what route?
Highway 77, by way of Glenwood.
All right, let's check it. Looks like trouble. O'Hara, special agent. What happened here?
I was forced off the road by a truck. My whole load of furs was hijacked.
Did you see who it was?
No, must have bumped my head when I hit, because I don't remember a thing until I came to just a few minutes ago.
You all right now?
Yeah, I can take care of myself.
Good. Hello, headquarters.
Headquarters, come in.
This is O'Hara. Block all roads in the vicinity of Glenwood. Search all vehicles for a hijacked shipment of furs valued at $250,000.
Dragnet has been thrown out to catch the hijackers of the $250,000 fur shipment.
You might as well go back to town and wait for some results.
On the way in, we can check one of those roadblocks.
Good. Whereabouts is it?
Archer Crossroads, in the vicinity of Fairview.
Roadblock. How are we going to get through with that load of furs?
You kidding? The way that stuff is camouflaged, we got nothing to worry about. Just let me do the talking.
I ain't saying a word.
What are you carrying?
Supplies and gasoline for Millbrook Farm.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Sergeant Blake.
Hello, Morgan. This is Special Agent O'Hara.
How are you?
Hello, Morgan. Any luck?
No, a couple of cars. Just one truck went through a few minutes ago carrying a load of gasoline drums.
Were the drums empty?
No, they were full up.
You're sure?
Well, I knocked on them.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, what's the rush?
Remember the infrared photo? 100 steel drum covers?
Yes. You think...
Right, Sarge. And we're going to find out whether those gasoline drums are really full up. There she is.
Speed her up and keep going. top of the hill.
Okay, boss.
Stop at the top of the hill. $250,000 worth of furs gone up in flames.
What's the use of Murkland's setup if he can't cash in on it?
Murkland will cash in.
And what happens when O'Hara gets wise? That plastic surgery job you did on Murkland won't fool him forever.
No one can tell Cameron from Murkland, not even O'Hara.
Besides, we've got Cameron locked up here. So how is anyone going to know it's Murkland holding down Cameron's job as police commissioner?
I tell you, O'Hara is smart. Murkland will pull a boner one of these days, and all of us will go to jail for life or hang. I don't like it.
George sure has his wind up.
Yeah. Looked like he was going to blow his top.
Yeah. And when a guy gets that worried, he can't be trusted.
Did you mail my letter?
You sure I won't do time?
I've explained to you I can't promise you immunity, but I'll do all I can to help you. After all, you'll be a witness against Murkland. I'm sure the court will take that into consideration.
Well, all right. I took care of my end of the deal.
Good. You better go now. And be careful when Benson's around. He might suspect you.
Okay.
What's up?
I don't think Sergeant Blake was seriously hurt. However, I left her at Dr. Anderson's on Lime Street for a checkup, just to be sure.
Well, I hope you're right. She's a very capable policewoman.
Definitely.
Commissioner Cameron. Excuse me, O'Hara. Yes, I understand. I'll give it my personal attention. In the meantime, collect all the information you can concerning the case. Not at all.
The Murkland case?
No, another bad traffic accident. They worry me.
They're serious. More cars being built every day. Well, I'm going back to that garage where the false oil drum bottoms were made. I might find a lead to Murkland. See you later, Commissioner.
Okay, Ted.
By the way, if Frances calls, tell her I'll meet her at my apartment later.
Yes, I will. All right, Duke, that's enough. Well, Cameron, you like talking? No? You better. No use being beat to death. You won't kill me, Murkland. For some reason, you want me alive. Sure I do. Someday I'll fix it so you'll die and be buried as Murkland, master criminal. And I'll go free. As for you, your death would give me nothing but pleasure. Don't talk, George. It'll only be a little while longer. George won't be here in a little while unless he talks. Benson. See what you can do.
Very well. Duke. You and Slater put him on the table.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop. I'll talk. I sent a special delivery letter to O'Hara. Cameron wrote it.
When did you mail it?
This morning, about 10.
It's already been delivered, Murkland. We'll see. Duke, get a hold of Kramer. Go to O'Hara's apartment and...
This looks like it.
This is it.
Easy, Graham. I'll take that letter. Nice shooting, Sarge.
Thanks.
Too bad they burnt that letter. It must have been a tip on the Murkland case.
And how did they know it was here?
There must be a leak someplace, Sarge.
Suppose we drop a little misinformation.
How's that?
What would Murkland do if he thought this man was still alive and were going to lead us to his hideout?
Sergeant Blake, you're to be promoted. He'd send Duke Graham right into a trap. And with Graham in our hands, we'd have a better chance to get Murkland. Do you have a man who can contact the mob?
Better than that. Duke Graham's ex-girlfriend. Duke double-crossed her, and she'd do anything to get even with him.
Good enough. Let's go.
And what's more, Kramer isn't dead. O'Hara's taken him to the old Clarkston farmhouse near Odenton Junction. He's going to use a truth serum on him.
Hello. Commissioner Cameron, please. Oh, I see. No message. I'll call later. Murkland isn't in.
Well, what are we going to do if Kramer spills?
We can't let that happen. You take one of your men with you and go out there and see to it that Kramer doesn't talk.
Right.
I'll telephone Murkland later and tell him what's happened. I'll get going.
Commissioner, Daily Homicide Squad report.
Thanks. Commissioner Cameron speaking. Oh, hello, Benson. Oh, it's all right. I was just going to call you. What? Duke's walking right smack into a trap. Kramer's dead. Of course I'm sure. I've got the homicide squad's report right here in front of me. Listen, we've got to keep Duke out of trouble. If we have to bump off O'Hara in order to do it, so much the better. Tell Joe to bomb the farmhouse. Get at it right now.
Does it? Now Duke will have to come in the front door. Sit down, Sarge. You might as well be comfortable. Here they come.
I'm ready.
Get around the back of the house. I'll take care of the front.
Duke, this is Joe. O'Hara set a trap for you. Get back and keep them pinned in. I'm going to bomb the house.
Let's get out of here before they get set.
car seems to outguess us at every turn.
Yeah, he must carry a rabbit's foot. But that kind of luck's got to change sometime.
What are you talking about? It's not luck. It's shrewd, quick thinking. Every time he strikes, he gets a little closer. Another thing. He's asking his chief in Washington to fly out here for a special conference.
You don't think he suspects you, do you?
I don't know. Don't see how he could unless we made a slip-up somewhere. Let's go back over everything that happened from the time I told you to pick up Cameron. Now, what was it?
Well, let's see. Stuffy Marks did the job. I told him to have his cab in front of Cameron's office. Take a look. If you're not Police Commissioner Cameron, I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Swell job, Doc. You're an artist.
Yeah, that's what the judge said when he sent me up the river.
What is this place?
This is a rest home for the mentally afflicted. I'm the physician in charge.
Don't be a fool. I'm Police Commissioner Cameron.
Yes, I know. You think you're the police commissioner, but you're suffering under a very serious derangement. Police Commissioner Cameron is seated there.
Who is this man? You heard what he said. I'm the police commissioner.
Victor Murkland. That match-chewing habit will hang you yet. Very clever piece of plastic surgery, Doctor. But you can't get away with it. His voice alone will betray him.
Not when I speak in the voice of the commissioner. Listen.
All these years in stir haven't been wasted, Cameron. Gave me a chance to study your voice, your walk, and all your mannerisms. And as for dress, your wardrobe ought to fit me perfectly. I'll get by, Cameron, even with Ted O'Hara around.
And if I do say so myself, it was a fine job of face changing.
Not bad. I took over the police commissioner's office that night without anyone getting suspicious.
Yeah. I was in the prison hospital with O'Hara in the next cot. He had a plan to escape, and I had horned in on it.
Get set, Duke.
Get into the hamper, Duke. We made it, baby. Thanks.
What's this bird doing with you?
He's Duke Graham, one of Vic Murkland's mob.
Pleased to meet you.
If he comes up the works, don't blame me. I only bought duds for one. There's a raincoat in the car that he can wear. I only bought one rod. Your pal can use mine. See, I get it back.
You sure thought of everything.
Yeah, and I'm ditching the truck. From here, you're on your own.
Swell dame.
You said it. Put the raincoat on and do the driving. I'll dress as we go.
Maybe I should have been suspicious, but...
Don't alibi. You fell for the frame-up.
O'Hara's plan was perfect. You'd have brought him right here if Frances Blake hadn't reported to me, thinking she was talking to Cameron.
Yeah, that was a break. And when we got to Kelsey's garage... Hello, Kelsey. Phone the chief I'm coming in with a new recruit.
A new recruit, eh? You've got Ted O'Hara, federal agent. He framed you to bring him to Murkland.
Don't shoot. This double-crossing rat is my meat. Like I say, O'Hara's been lucky.
Okay, maybe you're right. I still can't figure out why he sent for Special Deputy Roberts and is holding a meeting in my office tonight.
A trap, to make you give yourself away.
Well, if it is a trap, I'll be the only one that comes out of it alive. Now get this, Duke. He'll be at the office at 8 o'clock.
You understand, Mr. Roberts, I'm going into considerable detail in order to give you a complete picture of the racket.
That's exactly what I want. Don't skip anything.
Mr. Cameron, this is Special Deputy Roberts.
How do you do, Mr. Roberts?
Glad to know you, Commissioner.
Well, glad to see you here. I hope you'll be able to help us.
Thank you.
I was just telling Mr. Roberts about the threat to Channel Island Tunnel.
Yes?
You see, Murkland demanded that $20,000 be placed by the big oak tree on the island.
Calling Dawson.
Boy calling Dawson.
Come in, Boyd.
No money sent. Fire your blast as soon as the sightseers enter the tunnel.
I got you. I'll listen to the broadcast.
We are on the air to bring you a word picture of the opening of the $6 million channel tunnel connecting sunny Santa Alicia Island with the mainland. The governor's party is just arriving with a full police escort. The air is tense with excitement, ladies and gentlemen, as the tunnel is being opened in direct defiance to threats that it will be destroyed.
Hello. Hello.
One chance in a million that they could be saved. I had inspected the tunnel in the morning.
You mean you'd gone over all of it?
That's right. So my only chance...
What's going to happen to Murkland when this gas knocks him off?
Don't worry about him. He's taking care of himself. Turn around.
The second blast shattered the tunnel roof and sent a torrent of water roaring after me. reached the end of the... Francis. Roberts. Cameron. And I reached the end of the... Francis. Cameron.
Was it?
Duke Graham. He had a gas cylinder on a truck.
Yes, and it was coming from that vent.
Then Murkland must have known of my visit here. That's right.
That's impossible. How could he have known?
That's what I'm going to find out, Commissioner.
Good idea, Ted.
Well, I've got to be getting back to Washington. Bye, Commissioner. I'll see you on my next trip.
I hope so.
Bye, Sergeant.
Goodbye, Mr. Roberts.
I'll drive you to the station. Okay, Ted.
This Murkland case has the commissioner's office worried.
Yes, and the commissioner's office has me worried.
How's that?
All of our moves we have talked over in the commissioner's office somehow got back to the Murkland gang.
But Commissioner Cameron has such a fine record. Surely you don't believe that...
I don't believe anything until I prove it. Besides, the commissioner has a secretary, Mr. Hayden.
Him?
That's just what we're going to find out.
Oh, it's you.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Is O'Hara here?
No. Can I help you?
Well, I have this urgent message for him. It requires prompt action. I wonder...
Well, perhaps you could leave it for the commissioner. He'll be in shortly.
That's an idea.
I'll be glad to see that he gets it.
Thank you. I'll be back later if anyone calls.
Good.
Benson Sanitarium.
Hello, Benson. Murkland.
Yes?
I just got a hot tip through O'Hara that ought to net us plenty. There's a painting waiting to be shipped to the London Art Museum, worth at least $250,000.
Oh, Duke's here, ready to go. Where is it?
The Andrew Art Gallery office in the Andrew Building. Now, here's the way I want it handled.
Okay, Sarge.
But you proved your point.
Not quite. Now comes the showdown with Hayden.
That'll be a pleasure to see.
Listen, Sarge, we're dealing with a pretty sharp character. And it might be better at this time if we split up.
What for?
Well, in case anything happens to me, you'll be in a spot where you can finish the job.
Well, I hope nothing happens to you.
Thanks. Now, after you get someone to take care of this mess, meet me at my place. See you later.
What are you doing here? Someone might have seen you.
Can't be much worse than it is now. That picture deal you had me touted on had a nice frame on it.
What are you talking about? I've got the letter right there on my desk.
Sure, and O'Hara used it as a bait for a neat trap.
O'Hara? Yes?
O'Hara to see you.
O'Hara? Send him in. Hello, O'Hara. Anything new?
I believe so, Commissioner. Would you mind coming in, Hayden?
Well?
I have evidence that indicates someone in this office has sold out to Murkland.
Why, that's ridiculous. Next thing you'll be telling me that Hayden is a member of Murkland's gang.
Strangely enough, that's just the way the evidence points.
But
You received a sealed envelope from Francis addressed to me.
Sure, and I gave it to the commissioner just as she said.
The information in that envelope somehow got to Duke Graham. And Hayden was the only one who handled it.
That's not true. Baxter also had it. He relieved me for lunch.
Baxter? Who's he?
A relief man hired some time ago, incidentally on Hayden's recommendation.
All right. Get me Baxter's card. I'll check on him. Meanwhile, Hayden, you're to be available for further questioning.
Of course. I just can't believe it, O'Hara.
Lots of strange twists and turns in this business, Commissioner. I'll check with you later.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. But if O'Hara's got his finger on this office, his liable to get rough. Maybe we can... Come in. What is it now?
I'm sorry, sir, but I hope you didn't believe that
I'm sorry, too, Hayden, but I can't commit myself. O'Hara has complete charge of the Murkland case, and all I can do is lend assistance wherever he needs it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you.
I think Hayden might suspect something.
How could he miss with you chewing on that matchstick? A Murkland trademark known to every copper in the country. No, the only way out of this is to take Hayden for a ride.
It's not a bad idea.
But I can't talk to you now. now. I must talk to O'Hara. I know where Murkland is.
All right, I'll find Ted. In the meantime, you better come up to his apartment and wait for him there.
Where is O'Hara's apartment? 509 Elm. All right, I'll leave immediately.
I guess you might as well close up shop here.
Think so?
What else with that guy on the loose?
Who said he's on the loose? You heard him say where he was going, didn't you?
So?
Hayden will be waiting at O'Hara's apartment.
wait here.
Difficult to believe that Hayden sold out to Murkland, but this note certainly proves it.
The note's authentic. Murkland's signature is on it.
Hello, O'Hara. You found the leak in my office and sealed it. My compliments to you.
No, Commissioner. There's still a leak from this office.
Well, I don't understand.
Hayden phoned that he was coming up to my place. Murkland sent Duke Graham there to kill him. Therefore, Murkland must have been tipped off on Hayden's phone call.
True, but he could have called from any place between here and your hotel.
No, he used a department phone.
How do you arrive at that?
He put the call in only a few minutes after he left your office, before he had time to leave the building. So it was someone here that tipped off Murkland. And I think it was Baxter, Hayden's assistant.
Baxter? Yes, of course. I should have thought of that. I'll call him in.
Not yet. We can't prove anything. We'll make him expose his hand.
You have it planned, I suppose.
After I leave, have Baxter send in a stenographer and dictate a memo stating that he's to be arrested for having sold out to Murkland. Let Baxter overhear you.
You mean, leave the door open?
No, that might make him suspicious. Listen.
Lewis robbery case. No, there's no further information on.
Just forget to turn off the inter-office communication system when you send Baxter for the stenographer. Understand?
Perfectly.
Good. If Baxter's guilty, and I believe he is, he'll get out of here fast and beat it to Murkland.
And you'll be outside to trail him?
Exactly.
I hope it works.
I think it will, Commissioner. I'll see you later.
Good.
Dr. Benson. Yes, Murkland, I'll put him on.
Duke.
Yeah, Chief. Duke speaking.
O'Hara thinks Baxter's one of my men. Well, it could work to our benefit. Tell you what you do. Get over here right away, and I'll send Baxter out into the alley through the back door.
Can't you watch the parking lot better from the street?
Yes, but Baxter might come out of the rear door. He may not use his car. We can watch both exits better from here. Take a look up the alley.
Ted. It's Duke Graham. Let's get him.
Wait a minute. Let's see what happens.
Look, Baxter. Come on.
Not yet. Sarge, I don't like to see a policeman hurt any more than you do. Baxter's already hit and we can't help him now. Besides, I want to trail him. Let's go.
Something's haywire. Baxter falls for your trap. He runs out the back door and is knocked out by Duke, who drives off with him. It doesn't add up.
Does to me. I thought this might happen. That's why I wanted to watch the rear door.
But if Baxter is one of Murkland's men...
He isn't. Baxter's an honest cop.
I still don't get it.
I'll explain later. Duke's pulling up by the farmhouse.
Get that rope there to tie him up with.
All right, get him up. Keep him covered while I put the cuffs on him. Good work, Baxter. How are you doing?
All right, I guess. I'm still in one piece.
Say, what's this all about, O'Hara?
First, let me ask you a question. Did Commissioner Cameron send you out the back way?
Yeah, he wanted some aspirin. For some reason or other, sent me out the back door.
There's your answer, Francis. Cameron thought I suspected Baxter of selling out to Murkland and planned to have him taken for a ride.
But why?
To draw me off the track. But what he didn't realize was the plan I outlined to him could work two ways. If Baxter had been guilty, and I was sure he wasn't, it would have exposed him. But Duke showed up, and Cameron was the only one that knew of the trap.
Then Commissioner Cameron...
Exactly. Commissioner Cameron is sold out to Murkland.
I can't believe it.
There's no other answer. Take care of that man, will you, Baxter?
Right.
Sarge, we've got a date with the commissioner. Let's go.
Oh, O'Hara, Sergeant, did you follow Baxter?
Yes.
Good. Tell me about it.
Game's up, Commissioner. We know you've been working with Murkland. Sergeant, phone the district attorney and ask him to come here.
Now, wait a minute, O'Hara.
Save it for the DA. Go ahead, Francis.
Well, looks like I got here just in time. Drop that phone. We're leaving, O'Hara. We're taking Sergeant Blake with us. Either we go free or she dies. Take care of O'Hara if he tries to follow. Get back to the wheel, sister. You're driving. it down. Slow it down.
There's a roadblock on. Police barricades. There's no way out of town. Railway and bus stations are guarded. The airport's...
You weren't trying to run out on us, were you?
No, but we've all got to leave town, and I thought that...
Suppose you shut up and let me do the thinking around here. You don't think I went into this without a plan, do you? You know why I've been keeping Cameron alive?
Sure I do, but if the law finds him...
They'll find him, all right. They'll find his charred body in the burned ruins of this joint. He'll be identified as a wanted commissioner. The hunt will be over, and we move to new hunting ground.
Well, why don't we get at it? Yeah, what are we waiting for? Hey, what is that stuff anyway?
Sodium pentothal, it won't hurt you.
We're waiting for money. All of our ready cash is hidden in the closet at the commissioner's office.
You mean you want me to go in there and stick my neck in a noose?
Now, wait a minute. We're not expecting anybody to come back to the office, so it won't be guarded. You can take Slocum with you and be in and out of there in 3 minutes. We can't make a move without money.
Okay. You win.
That's better. Now, it's hidden in a secret compartment that I had built there. So you can stick around here until about 10 o'clock and then make your move.
Okay, we're all set.
Get him up, Duke. I found the bag this afternoon and took the money. Finishes Duke Graham.
But it still leaves us on a blind trail.
Not quite, Francis. I'll have the coroner send Duke's clothes over to my place. Now, here's your job. Go to the phone company and make a check on all phone calls from this office.
Right, Ted.
We should have heard from Duke by now.
I'll get panicky, you call. You better take it.
Benson Sanitarium, Dr. Benson speaking.
This is Slocum. O'Hara trapped us. The money's gone and they've got Duke.
All right. Go into hiding, but don't come here.
Bring Cameron in here.
Right.
Hello, Sarge. What'd you find out?
Here's a list of phone calls from Cameron's office. Most of them went to the chief of police.
Naturally.
And after that, the DA.
And then the mayor.
No. After the DA, most of them went to Benson Sanitarium.
I know where it is. And it clicks. The sleeve of Duke Graham's coat shows an indication of sodium pentothal, a drug used in the treatment of mental patients.
Then maybe the sanitarium is Murkland's hideout.
That's just what we're going to find out, Sarge. Let's go.
All right, put on your clothes.
Well, what is this, Murkland? Lost your nerve? Do as you're told, unless you want a shot in the back.
Call the district attorney?
Yes, he said he'd be out himself.
Here are your personal effects.
What's the idea, Murkland? Don't tell me O'Hara's finally caught up with you. Not with me. But he did find out that Commissioner Cameron is working with Murkland. There's a manhunt on for the commissioner. You're gonna find him. Dead. Why?
He's out cold.
Okay, that's better than drugging him. We'll put him in his room, start the fire, and clear out.
Okay. all set.
Stall him, see if you can get rid of him.
Hello, Mr. O'Hara. I'm glad to see you again.
Thanks. Where have you got Commissioner Cameron?
Commissioner Cameron? What would he be doing here? I've just read he was in trouble, but...
Then why did he telephone here all the time?
Telephone?
That's right, Benson.
Oh, yes. He had a niece who was a patient of mine for quite some time. He used to make inquiries about her daily.
All right, where's Vic Murkland? Here's his trademark.
You saved my life, O'Hara. Glad I was able to reciprocate by killing Murkland.
Murkland? Well, then, who...
Send in a fire alarm. What do you got, O'Hara?
Got Cameron and Murkland. I'm not sure which is which.
How are you, McLean? So Murkland even fooled the district attorney. Dr. Benson there did a plastic surgery job on Murkland some time ago, and he's been holding down my office ever since.
All right, Al, take him away. A most amazing case.
One that'll be remembered by my department for a long time.
That's right, Ted. G-men never forget.